Trevor, after the 2 wickets there in the evening, how big is this challenge now tomorrow, do you think?
Oh, you know, it's a big challenge, but we've got 2 guys out there that are very good players, and we've certainly got some players in the sheds that can make hundreds. It'll take, I think, a couple of our guys to make good hundreds, but certainly, as we saw in the last test, anything's possible.
I mean, with some of the things you've seen in this summer from your side, are you past the point of making predictions?
No, I'm always positive. I think we can do it. And the boy, we've already had a chat in the change room. We're certainly not going out thinking it's all over. If you do, there's no use playing at this level. They believe that they're good enough to bat for the 98 overs and put in a good performance, save the game.
And does the fact that Ben's still in the pavilion, just with some of the things he's produced this summer, does that give the other guys confidence?
I don't know. I think it probably gives the rest of the guys belief that if one guy can do it, that someone else can do it as well. As I said, we've already spoken about who's going to put their hand up and be the hero tomorrow. So it'll take some hard work. We obviously we know that's going to it'll be some tough work, but we're going out there with the aim to do that.
Trevor, how's Joe faring? Because obviously it's quite draining as captain and then first ball, a great ball, but it's still a first ball.
Yeah, look, he doesn't change his demeanour very much at all. He's still the same Joe Root. He was upbeat in the change room after the game. He's played the game long enough to know that you're going to get a good one every now and then. But certainly, he'd be obviously disappointed not to be still in there.
Sam and then Paul.
Trevor, when you first met Steve Smith, did you have any indication that he'd become the player he is today?
No, it's a bit hard when you meet someone 10 years ago or whatever it might have been to know where they'll end up. But yeah, I think he came on the scene at New South Wales Cricket. I think when I was in Sri Lanka, so I didn't see him when he was real young, but he's turned into a fantastic player.
Paul?
Trevor, you started their second innings much more aggressively, didn't you? You took 4 for 44 and Broad and Anderson were really hurting them. Have you worked out why the first half of the match didn't have that level of aggression from England?
Probably the 300-mile-an-hour wind and the minus 10 degrees. I think it's the toughest conditions I think I've ever seen cricket played in. I haven't spoken to the boys about it, but I would have thought that'd take a fair bit out of you in those conditions. The guy said it wasn't necessarily the cold, but the wind was very, very difficult.
Ollie?
Trevor, can I also ask about the pitch? Obviously, you come here 1-1. It's almost a game that reminds you of the 17-18 actually, in terms of no grass on the pitch, very much suits their banging bowlers and probably suits some of their batsmen too. Are you happy about it?
I would have liked to have seen a bit more green grass on all of the wickets this year. We certainly had it on the wickets 4 years ago, and except for one where they've won at Lords, and we won 3-2. I think what's got to happen here is we either play on wickets that have got some green grass on it, like they play in county cricket, or we play county cricket on flatter wickets with not a lot of grass on it. So we actually learn how to bat and bowl on flatter wickets.
Rob, and then we'll do one more after that.
It seemed to be a bit more chirp out there today than usual, I suppose, particularly that way going and Jofra. For you, did you feel like there was too much carrying?
No, not really. I think that started in the last game when we got closer to winning the last Test match. So that's a little bit of pressure, obviously. They've both played together, so they know each other. I think what you see sometimes out here and what you guys report sometimes, it's nowhere near as big a deal as you might make out. A couple of guys that know each other having a bit of a friendly banter, but that's fine.